Time for another Battle of Ontario. One team will get their holiday wish, another win to add to their campaign. For the Ottawa Charge, a regulation win would move them up the standings in a big way. But out come the Scepters, and it's Emma Malte looking to make good on Phillips. Backhand shot, but it's saved by the Charge starter. Malte has just been ferocious this season. Spooner with the draw. Ottawa bringing it out of their defensive zone, trying to find Jenner in the middle. She's fifth in league scoring right now, leads her team over to Leslie, and a shot on Kirk. That one saved. Leslie also having a great start to her third season, former Scepter. Finding her place with the Charge, of course, an Ottawa native. So it feels great to score for her hometown team. Spooner sends it down for Turnbull as LaRocque loses a glove. LaRocque playing some heavy minutes in that overtime game Sunday. Just under 26. Comfort banks it off the boards, and it's Clark with the turnover here in the offensive zone to Markowski. Sends it far corner. Out comes Gilday, and the Scepters on the chase. Turnbull, patient, has Comfort. Comfort shoots, kick save.
That's a beautiful pass by Blair Turnbull to find Comfort coming in, getting that shot off.
Clark to Markowski, and they'll dump it, going for the change. 5-game road trip for the Charge that's been bookended here in Toronto. Started December 4th before the break. Oh, and in front of the net, Connors was right there looking for her third of the season. They score! The Scepters early in the game. Connors leading the line. Able to bury this one.
And this one starts with a little bit of miscommunication here defensively. You see Phillips get the puck here right on the post, and it gets caught up on Chmina's feet there, and they're not able to corral that, and that one goes out to the point, and Toronto just puts that shot in, and it's tipped.
And center ice face-off will get going. As mentioned, Connors was in the hunt for her first goal of the season. Gets it now up to 3 points this campaign for the Newfoundland native. Another early goal given up as well by the Ottawa Charge. Has plagued them a little bit this season. Phillips will, of course, seal the post there. Scepters looking to get off to an early lead. Shelton, or rather extend their early lead.
Toronto doing a really good job of applying pressure here and getting shots through from the point.
Malte trying to shake off Hobson. In front once more, Spooner digging in. Natalie Spooner in her 45th career game tonight. Anna Shelbin, by the way, picking up her second assist on the season for that. Out comes Wozniewicz, looking to compound her scoring. Savalainen as well managed a goal, her first of the season in Chicago. LaRocque from the point, trying to send it down for Jenner. That's exactly the start, of course, Toronto's looking for. Want to get on the board quick. Vasco. Now come the Scepters. Ottawa with just 2 players who are above 50% rather in face-off efficiency. Shelton sends it around. Van Wieren able to get hold of it as House was on the hash mark. Charge looking to regroup here. Anna Meixna gets around. Emma Woods sends it back into the neutral zone.
In last game, Daniela, Toronto was so good in the neutral zone. They were able to shut them down before they reached their blue line, and that's exactly why they provided a lot of offense when they played New York last game.
Jessica Condis out on the ice. Sorry, you mentioned it. Renata Fast still out of the lineup with a lower body injury. Now Peyton Hemp, the rookie for the Charge, in the glove of Kirk. That first goal, a minute 38. That one's got a sting for the Charge. It seemed that prior to Sunday in Chicago, They only scored a goal in their last 4 games. Each, I should say, in each of their last 4. Of course, in Chicago, they didn't manage one 5-on-5, 2 power play markers, and then that 3-on-3 overtime winner. Turnbull in the neutral zone as Zanin and Flanagan. Turnbull again creating chances, at least trying to find comfort in the slot.
And Toronto attacking with numbers. They have the numbers going into the zone. Blair Turnbull had the support.
Isbell mishandles that one. As the rookie Zanin stays up on the forecheck. Off she goes. Emma Gentry out. Kirk to play it. Sent around for Connors. Harmon to open ice, and Shelton corrals the puck. As Gentry, what a shot! Can't corral the rebound, and out come the charge, but no numbers for Ottawa as Manna McMahon is on her own.
And Danielle, that's exactly what I mean by layers of support. You see, Ella Shelton was that first player in zone to provide that offensive pressure.
Wasnevich once more with a feed, this time to Jenner. She even gets a second tap on the puck.
Coach Carla said they've just got to get back to playing like us, like Ottawa Charge hockey.
Yeah, she said their first 2 games in that West Coast swing, of course, Vancouver, Seattle, they came away with losses, but she said they played better those 2 games, and then they go and play Minnesota and come away with the win. That's just how it goes. You got to get the points and the win when you can. Big 3 points would come in clutch tonight. Savalainen with the one-timer, but we're headed the other way as Laurent feeds it back to Wasnevich. Cross ice, Leslie, patient to stay on side. In the high slot, with traffic blocked. Laurent back behind the net, working in with Jenner. Oh, but out comes Daryl Watts. It is offside. The Scepters on the move. 2-on-2, looking for some space. Phillips with the save. And we're getting into it. Gilday not liking what's happening. No love lost between these 2 teams that face each other just this month.
Yes, somebody's got to set the tone off the jump here. I mean, you don't want them crashing your net, so all props to Ottawa here for making sure that they're shutting them down and making sure that they're not touching their goalie.
And so, Clara Van Wieren will take a seat along with Rory Gilday. Toronto leads 1-0. The Charge, meanwhile, looking to even the score, but have to work out of their own end. They come away with the draw. Sheldon, we're in the assist on that Connors goal. Just a minute 38 into this game. Woods lays it out. Comfort with the shot. Comfort very confident, as she should be, coming off that 2-goal, 1-assist performance against New York. Razaba sends it in, now chasing it down. Larock, patient. Working in with Emily Clark in front once more. We mentioned that Ottawa has struggled to score 5-on-5. It's a big opportunity here. Malte. Looking back for some support, sends it around. Watts is there. As in comes Monroe, patient. That pressure from Larock. The veteran. Former teammates, of course, almost coming up to the 1-year anniversary of that blockbuster trade in the PWHL, December 30th. It's Harmon and Scamora to Toronto for Bach and Laurent. Darryl White shoots and scores! The Toronto native lights the lamp to extend the lead 2-0.
And Jocelyn Larock is going to want this one back. She had been out there from the beginning of the puck drop there, from the 4-on-4, and she would have loved to close her gap a little more there on Daryl Watts. Daryl Watts carrying it with speed, and Jocelyn Larock tries to gap up here, and Daryl Watts just snipes that far side. She must have seen that open up from Phillips, but at the same time, Jocelyn Rock has to step up here, even though it's 4-on-4. And I'm sure Phillips wants this one back as well.
What a beauty from the former Ottawa leading scorer. That was back in the inaugural season. Second goal of the season for Daryl Watts, and guess what? She scored her first against her former team. That was on the power play. This one coming at 4-on-4.
And Emma Gentry's going to get one here. I see the play she's trying to make. She wants to take away Ottawa's stick, but ends up slashing it out of her hands to put her team down.
Not the time to take a penalty, that's for sure. As now there's even more open ice, and Ottawa's heating up on the power play, although they have yet to score on the player advantage in Toronto since their very first meeting with the then PWHL Toronto team back at Mattamy. Savaline impatient. She had one of 2 power play goals last game, Wasnevich. And around they go. It's in the glove. And now it is 5-on-4. Charge. With time here on the power play. Minute 26. Back up for Gilday. Around this time to Jenner. A good stick by Harmon. Keeps it to the perimeter. Ottawa trying to move Clark. Without a goal in 12 regular season games, Gilday through the middle. Here's Gabby Hughes, returned to the lineup in Chicago on Sunday after missing the Vancouver and Seattle games. Another chance for the captain. Sent wide this time. And now shorthanded, Turnbull has done this before. Looking for the jailbreak, denied by Phillips. And in case you missed it, I said it off the top, Ottawa unable to score a power play goal in Toronto since their very first meeting with the then PWHL Toronto team back on January 13th, 2024. So they've never scored one at Coca-Cola Coliseum. Coming into this game, Ottawa was 0 for 1 on the power play against the Scepters, but they're 4 for 19, third in the league, 21.1%. So their special teams are doing well. Final 15 seconds here on the player advantage. Shohina drops it off from Razova. Shohina scoring her first PWHL goal while on the road on the West Coast. Shelton, there were 3 shots on that power play as we are back to even strength. Shohina banks it off the boards, but Harmon from the far point trying to send it up along the left side. Van Wieren looking to bounce it around Shohina. Out comes House, the Illinois native who had a very special game in Chicago on Sunday.
And House doing a good job to get that puck out. A little scrambly for Ottawa there at their blue line. Want to make sure that puck exits their zone.
Malte turns around and waits for numbers. Watts showing off her moves. Back to Malte. Now Shelvin. Those two need to connect her around for Spooner. Pressure from Hobson. Condis finds Spooner again. Cross ice to Watts. Working on the right circle. This time, but Toronto holds the zone. Looking for that moving screen, and Spooner just throws it on net anyway. Another chance there. It pops behind the net this time. Condis and Spooner keep going. Ottawa just looking to get out of their own end, and they can't. Turnbull driving around the net now. Patient. Looking up, has reinforcements. The crowd loving what they're seeing here. Flanagan in the slot for comfort. A stop by Phillips.
Daniela, Ottawa has to attack there. It's 5-on-1 versus Blair Turnbull. They have to go in there and attack her and make sure that they can get that puck out. Get the change.
So Phillips has allowed 2, but comes up big here to deny Jesse Comfort. Right now, though, his team leading with 2 goals. First by Maggie Connors and then Daryl Watts, who loves scoring against her former team.
Ottawa keeping Toronto to the perimeter, but Toronto keeping possession in zone and providing offensive pressure.
Once again, the Charge finding themselves outshot. Oh, and a big collision into the boards as down goes Monroe. So in the neutral zone we go, just outside the Toronto blue line, and Spooner on a mission, taking it herself up along the right side. Watts trying to get ahead of Clark. Clark, for the first time ever, without a point in 7 games. Mentioned a 12-game goal drought in the regular season. She did score in the postseason. Savalainen fires. Just wide. Razova keeping it down for him. The board battle now. Daryl Watts looking to retrieve. Razova and Hemp continuing for the Charge. Savannah Harmon also working in blue. You can hear the officials reminding them to move the puck. Out comes Harmon. Gets it to Shelton. Spooner. In through traffic. Gets the puck right back. It has 3 Charge players on her. Nowhere to go. Shohina. Get the Charge going. Big stop by Kirk. Hobson on the far side. Sends it down for Hughes. Hobson once more to McMahon. For that net front presence, possible redirect from Hughes.
Gabby Hughes doing a good job providing net front presence, but Ottawa has to do a better job of getting pucks to net. They're keeping pucks to the perimeter when they're in the offensive zone.
Sam Isbell on the ice as well for the Charge, who picked up her first career point in her 20th career game on Sunday. Claire Dalton, far side. Connors trying to jump on it. Charge cut into this Toronto lead. The ice has been tilted here. Van Wieren with a heavy shove into the board. The crowd not liking that no call. Van Wieren again as Savalainen shrugs her off. Van Wieren really struggling in this matchup here. Savalainen is just bigger. Condis with the shot. Gets the pad of Phillips. Sarah Hjalmarsson working in. Van Wieren after a very physical shift goes off. Woods sends it around, but LaRocque is there to collect. Just under 5.5 minutes left in this opening frame where a lot has happened. 2 Toronto goals and an injury for Allie Monroe. So they are down a defender.
And I love that shift from Savalainen. Playing physical, that's what she does best. Plays physical and then is able to make that breakout pass. But she was on Clara Van Wieren like glue that entire shift.
Turnbull, who's had some chances herself, will rim it around. For Kiara Zanin, who's pressed up by Hobson. Good stretch feed for Wozniewicz as Wozniewicz comes in. Holds, drags, shoots, and is stopped by Kirk. Great patience from the rookie.
Kirk did a great job there to take away that angle and not even give her the option to shoot off the pad. Took away everything she could possibly have had.
Wozniewicz sends it around, and now Jenner working in. The Charge just can't stay in the offensive zone. Has now come for who was unable to find a way past Phillips earlier. She goes off. Shelbin keeps it in. Malte over to Spooner, in with speed. Spooner can't split the D. Markowski able to stay with her. The inaugural MVP in this league, Natalie Spooner. Into the neutral zone, now with speed, Peyton Hemp, and she's got someone. She takes the shot, goes for it again. It's alive, but Kirk with incredible saves.
Kirk doing exactly what she did before, taking away that angle, making sure that she can't shoot off that pad. I would have loved to see her move that over to her teammate there, but Kirk, phenomenal stop.
Gabby Hughes in on her own. The Charge gets some players back in. It's just not fast enough as Watts and Spooner taking it to the neutral zone. Charge now opting for these stretch feeds. Condis trying to play it along the near wall. Now McMahon. Johina with the shot. It's blocked in front. Gentry flips it into the neutral zone. And a nice stick by Connors. Connors comes in. And now Phillips doing Phillips things. And again, oh my, the Scepters couldn't find a way that time.
Phillips without a stick right now.
Oh my goodness, Gentry, and that's exactly the whistle they needed, of course. Right now the Scepters looking to add to their lead as Dalton fires it off. Kick save Phillips. Scepters still working off that puck. Got plenty of time in the offensive zone. Despite Ottawa having the first true power play, there was 4-on-4 time in which Darryl Watts scored the second goal for Toronto, but then nearly a full 2 minutes, 5-on-4, and Ottawa unable to break through. Wozniewicz sends it down. Kirk comes out to play it. 2 minutes remaining. A busy first period. Shots 19-13, a much better showing in that department for the Charge. Clark, the near point, tries to get around Shelton. Very familiar, those two Team Canada teammates. Hemp tries to rim it. Out comes Kirk, and now the Scepters, it's Claire DeGeorge, 13th forward listed today. Hobson to Mrazova, turns back, drops it off for Sam Isbell. Slightly dangerous with Comfort so high up.
Most definitely, and like I mentioned before, Toronto very good in the neutral zone, making sure that Ottawa can't even cross their blue line.
Condis to Turnbull. The captain, loses the puck, and this is where Gabby Hughes would like to pounce on it, but Comfort with some fantastic positioning. Those two getting at it.
Gabby Hughes tried to hop around Comfort there, but her stick got caught up.
You can just tell they're frustrated as well. Final minute here, 45 seconds remaining. Hughes brings it in and has the space to take the shot. Shrugged off by Kirk. She'll cover. There's the whistle. So now Jenner working in and around. They know how to score late. They did that in Chicago. Can they do it again here? Good touch by Kirk, gets it to Spooner. She goes for a long feed up to Watts.
A great play for Gilday there to jump in, knock that puck down, and make sure it didn't get in behind her.
Markowski and Savalainen, just 10 seconds remaining. So while the Charge have the puck, they will head trailing into the locker room 2-0 as the Scepters come out strong. Jenner and Malte in the middle. At center ice, and the Charge win that draw. Wozniewicz in with speed on Shelton. Spooner, patient, and tell Jenner coming out with speed and intention. LaRock. Ottawa is a team that can adjust well. Of course, they're looking to have a much better second period tonight. They allowed 22 shots from Minnesota on Sunday in the middle frame. Jenner sends it around to Clark. Clark just trying to find some space. Has Hemp. Shot high off the glass.
Daniela, Toronto's going to have to play smart defensively. Obviously, with Fast and Monroe out of the lineup, we know they're used to rolling 5, but they're going to have to roll 5 most definitely for the rest of this game here.
Flanagan and Monroe were listed as defensive partners in this game. Gilday sends it around from Razova. For their first even strength goal in 2 games, or 5-on-5, I should say.
And Danielle, you mentioned defensive pairings. Troy Ryan before the game was telling us that he doesn't really have set pairings. And I think, as a former defenseman myself, I love playing alongside everyone. I think it forces you to play a different style and make sure that you're aware of everyone's playing style on your defensive end.
Absolutely. And now a chance as Zanin has eyes for the puck. And she has it back, looking for Comfort in the slot. Crowded though. Another chance. And Turnbull gets the puck back. A good block by Gilday. As we have our first penalty of the second period.
Hughes is going to get one
number
here.
17, 2-minute minor for hooking.
So our first Scepters power play of the game.
And Gabby Hughes just gets her stick in on Comfort here, and Comfort falls, and the ref put their hand up right away there. Got to play the body first there, Gabby Hughes.
Scepters get to work. Shelton and Malte. Over to Watts, and a little zip around from Spooner. She's looking for a quick wraparound. Now Watts. Just a floating high. One-timer by Chalmerson. Watts again. Good stick from Gilday. Out to Shelton. Great puck movement. Chalmerson from distance. Phillips with the read. This power play brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel Paper Towels. Spooner on the face. Out the dot rather. Watts. Along the blue line. Into the high slot. Now Chalmerson. Back to Watts. Through traffic. Kick save Phillips. Rebound into the near wall. Trying to jump on it.
Now, Daniela, that's twice we've seen Daryl Watts take that point shot. We see Natalie Spooner want to give Daryl Watts that puck and then go net.
Chalmerson coming in with Spooner. Oh! Couldn't corral it fast enough. Great effort here. Oh, losing an edge is Watts, and she's got to watch it. As Vasco nearly pounces. Vasco has scored jailbreaks before. Zanin to the captain. Turnbull. It up along the right side. Back to Zanin. Now Flanagan fires. Great block by House. Back again, Flanagan. The far side, Harmon. It's wide. Turnbull. 30 seconds remaining on this power play. Flanagan and Turnbull looking for their third goal of the game. It's caught up in the slot.
And that's a good block by Taylor House.
Comfort and Flanagan. Flanagan has Zanin along the goal line. Another chance. Final seconds here. Comfort to make good this time off the pad of Phillips, and another chance. Oh my! Despite Kissy Comfort's many attempts in this game alone, she has not scored a goal against Ottawa in her career. Dalton to Gentry. Out they come. Shot on Phillips. We are back to even strength. Really strong penalty kill for the Charge, who are now not only trailing 2-0, also getting in a bit of a shot deficit here as the Scepters now have 24-15. Wozniewicz looking for that support. Keeps it herself. Under pressure from Connors. The goal line, Leslie can't fire fans on it. Gentry, Leslie pulls away. Takes it around. Isbell with a one-timer. Locked in front. Jenner in on the chase. Now Hobson chips it down. Shelbin on Jenner. Gentry trying to dig out of the Toronto zone. Out comes Emily Clark. Her shot doesn't fire. Gentry gets in front. Clark lays the hit. Now Connors. Able to keep possession there and send it down for Van Wieren. Cross-ice pass sends them back to the neutral zone. The Scepters are in control here to start this middle frame. Chalmerson. Out comes Harmon. Drawing plenty of Charge players her way. Gets it on an angle. But Phillips seals the post. Watts has it. Out to Shelton this time. She looks for a lane. Patient. What a shot. Sends it down. Watts back out. Now to the high slot. Flanagan. As Meixna able to stay in step with her. Shohina as well for the charge. Working it out of their own end. And Shohina's pass was turned over and Spooner jumps on the puck. Has Watts on the doorstep now. Shelton scores! Toronto Scepters' third goal of the night. Ella Shelton second in a Toronto uniform.
And this is exactly how Troy Ryan wants his defense to provide offense. We see Ottawa here try to get the puck out of their zone, but don't quite fully make it. And Ella Shelton following up that play. She gets that rebound and goes right onto her stick, and she makes sure to put that one home. Ottawa defenseman Savalainen looks like she's screening Gwyneth Phillips in front.
And so the Scepters strike in the second period. 3 different goal scorers on the night as well. With so much time in the offensive zone, you figured it was nearly about time. Charge now with a very big hole to dig out of Leslie and Jenner, trying to get to work. Oh, they score! What a snipe for Rebecca Leslie, who has had a tremendous start to her season.
And that's a great shot to just throw on net there. She realizes she has her line mates and wants to put that one past, get the shot there, draw out the rebound from Kirk, but that one ends up going 5-hole there. Flanagan does a good job trying to keep her to the outside, but Rebecca Leslie has been very good this season. I love this line. Brianne Jenner, Wasnevich, and Leslie playing well.
It was such a hard shot. It popped out so quickly. Seemed to surprise even Reagan Kirk.
And those are the ones you want to throw on net, exactly when the goalie's not expecting it.
That's exactly how they needed to respond. Down 3 to chip away at that Toronto lead. Zanin thought she had the puck. Back around. Just a little bit behind as this is the Toronto goal being announced in-house. Of course, it was Rebecca Leslie with her 3rd goal of the season, now up to 6 points, so she matches Brianne Jenner, who has the puck right now. Exactly who they need to step up this season was Nevich. Lost the puck in her skates, now out comes Shelvin. Clips it into the neutral zone. Zanin takes the shot in the glove of Phillips. And just like that, 14 seconds from Toronto Scepters' 3rd goal of the night to Rebecca Leslie's 1st for the Charge. Rebecca Leslie getting getting the 1st for Ottawa in this game, assisted by Jenner. So I mentioned they were tied in points. No, they're not. Brianne Jenner still leads the Charge now with 4 assists, 3 goals, 7 points. Beautiful shot by the Ottawa native to get the Charge on the board. Flanagan trying to look back as in comes Emily Clark. Connors and Gentry. As the game goes on, Toronto's D, good start, getting a little tired. Harmon over. That was Shelton, who already scored in this game as well.
And I would love for Ottawa to provide Gwyneth Phillips with a little more support than they have. Clear the front of the net for her so she can see and doesn't have to make those 2nd and 3rd saves.
Harmon and Hughes getting wrapped up. Hughes losing a glove in the mix too, but McMahon from the point down to Hughes, takes the sharp angle shot. Kirk seals the post. to Malte at the dot. Condis takes it around, pestered by Shohina, able to get the puck back for Ottawa. Now McMahon shielded. To shake off that pressure, Savalainen in the slot. Burke with the stop. Rock pushed off the puck there. Down goes Watts. Shelton gets it out of the Toronto zone. Got Leslie and a great stick from Malte as the 2-on-1 develops. Phillips will thwart that. Van Leeuwen was in the circle for Toronto, but Ottawa wins the draw still deep in their own end as Markowski tries to get it out into the neutral zone. Shelbin and Harmon. Woods got a touch on it to get it down now in for the chase in the near corner. Back out to Harmon. Plenty of perimeter play here as Gilday gets a shove into the boards.
It's a good physical play by Emma Woods. She can play a physical game, and look where they are now. They're still stuck in zone. Ottawa can't get the puck out.
Toronto was able to capitalize off of some great offensive zone time, although out come the charge, and it's Leslie and Wasnevich. Back, Jalmerson gets it for the Scepters.
And that's a great back check. She knew exactly.
But what a giveaway as Vasco comes in. Kirk makes a sprawling save, but the puck is still alive. The scramble in front of the net. That was a high danger chance as Vasco had plenty of time in close space. Up high, a good block. Puck still in the Toronto zone. Vasco, a former Scepter as well. We have our first look at Olivia Wallin, who made her PWHL debut in Chicago but had no ice time. And the puck goes out into the crowd. Turnbull wins the draw and then takes it into the zone. Zanin off the backhand, working in with the captain. Pressure from Larock. Along the half wall, out comes Mrazova for the charge. Savalainen to him. Past the midway point of this game. Shelton's pass, not enough sauce on that.
And again, Ottawa just able to get it out into the neutral zone. Toronto regroups and puts it back in deep on them.
Oh, and down goes Zanin as Hemp comes out with it. Nearly a turnover there as Gentry tried to jump on it. If you're wondering if you're seeing the same Scepters D out there time and time again, you're not wrong. They lost Allie Monroe in the first period, and they only had 6D coming into this game as Renata Fast is still out. Gentry takes essentially the entire charge crew over to the far side, overloading that part of the zone. Connors trying to pounce. McMahon, good stick by Malte to disrupt the pass. Of course, Dalton up on the forecheck, pressuring Markowski, and so the Scepters able to stay in the offensive zone here. How will the charge solve this one? Shohina out to Hughes. Great positioning by Harmon. Condis off of Spooner. He has an assist in this game, in the third of the season. Isbell sends it down. 7.5 to go in the second period. Both teams have found the back of the net here in this middle frame.
Another tough giveaway there in the neutral zone. Brianne Jenner just throws that away, and Toronto regroups.
Watch out, here comes Daryl Watts with the shot. Back around, Shelbin from the far point. Out to Malte. And another chance for Flanagan this time. Of course, Phillips slams the back door shut. No room there. Was Nevich coming the other way as the rush develops. This time, Kirk locks it down. Of course, to get on the board, they could easily make this a one-goal game quickly. A great shot there off the draw. And Ottawa has been a team that sometimes their best success has been when they've been outshot. Woods around to Savalainen. It's not necessarily a recipe for long-term success, but hey, if it's working, make the shots count when you get them. House goes down and Woods will take that penalty.
Emma Woods going to sit for 2.
Big opportunity for the Charge. Gilday, the power play goal this season. Hughes to Jenner, who's also scored twice on the player advantage. Jenner sends it down. It's a wide open net. In front once more. What a scramble. It's loose but alive. Out to Jenner. Takes it to the top of the circle. Patience faking the shot. Now Leslie fires up high as Clark was trying to tip it in. There's no goal. Waved off immediately.
She's seeing everything tonight.
Gilday. Out to Hughes. Hughes shoots. It's hard and high. Hughes with the last power play goal scored for the Ottawa Charge in Toronto back on January 13th, 2024. Jenner comes in, and they score! Gabby Hughes on the power play. It's a 3-2 game.
Ottawa making it interesting here. And this all starts from Gilday, keeping the puck in with a little tap and is able to get that over to Jenner. See that little backhand, gets it up in the air. Jenner puts that one right to the net and sees Gabby Hughes just going all the way there with her stick on the ice. That's a perfect play for Gabby Hughes.
They got tired of me mentioning how long it's been since they've had a power play goal in this city. It's the first ever for the Charge at Coca-Cola Coliseum. And Gabby Hughes, I bet you that she had the most recent one in that game. And then she comes out and gets this one tonight. Just a one-goal game, and that's how quickly things can turn. Of course, the Scepters striking first and fast in the first period. And now they're going to look to add some more. One goal, will it be enough? These two teams both desperate for a win here. McMahon off the body as Gentry looks back. The Ottawa power play is just buzzing this season. They came in 4 for 19. They're now 5 for 21. Isbell over to Hobson. Back to even strength, but still in the Toronto zone. Nevich cross looking to even this game. Kirk side to side puck. Now on the stick of Wisnevich. Another chance. They know what to do. Scramble in front. Isbell. Dirty goal is what's needed here to tie things up. Kirk denies it this time. So on the power play, Gabby Hughes makes it 3-2. Hughes' first of the campaign, 4th career power play goal. Now Emily Clark wants to get in on the scoring. Razova on the end boards, and Ottawa's really turned momentum here in the second period. A middle frame that started with Toronto in full control. Flanagan. All the way around. Phillips will play it. Now Watts nearly catching Phillips out of position. Fired by Spooner and stopped. I mentioned Spooner already has this staged up to 4 points on the season, 1 goal. Kiara Zanin jumping around but loses an edge. 4 minutes to go here in the second period. Condis floats it in. Uses pass, ends up on the stick of Shelton this time. Zanin was net front, but Gilday also.
Ottawa trying to go up the wall here every single time, but they're getting caught. I'd love to see them use the middle of the ice.
Hughes and Shohina now. As Turnbull takes charge. for the Scepters. Through the neutral zone, and Zanin lays it down. Comfort flies in along the right side. Oh, Gilday. The rookie playing veteran minutes.
Great secondary support there from Jocelyn the Rock. She's able to carry that puck out and transport it zone to zone.
Smart positioning by Dalton as that gets them held up. Jalmerson corrals the puck, has to fight to stay on side here. Taylor House for the charge. And that could have been something for the Scepters to get going. Off the near wall now. Out comes Van Wieren. Got plenty of space here. Jalmerson looking back as support from Dalton fires. Scepters looking for support here as they get held up on the end boards. Malte comes out, can't dislodge the puck. Savalainen and Wallin bring it in the zone for the charge. Back around, Wallin fires. Now Wasnevich, patience to Isbell, shoots, it's just wide. He's looking to generate some rebound chances. This is what Coach McLeod told us off the top of the circle. The captain fires. It's just wide. Charger 15-1 win. Brianne Jenner scores. Next goal will tie it here. Jenner, patient. The pass there, and Hobson with a great shot. And just a one-goal lead for the home team that through the first period with a 2-0 start. Made it 3-0, and then 14 seconds later, Rebecca Leslie comes in and changes things for the charge. Clark can't find a way through, still gets it back to her own team, Gilday and Markowski. Hemp down the middle. The Scepters close in, and Watts takes it the other way. Patient. Last minute here in the second period. Condis shoot just wide.
That's a great shift for Jess Condis. She steps up and makes sure to play the body and then follows the play up and is able to get that shot off.
Wasnevich and Larocque. Savalainen with the stretch feed. Played by Kirk, around it goes. Chance here to tie the game late in the second. Under 30 seconds left. Shelton to create that space for Turnbull, and now Comfort to flip it down. Maybe Connors who opened scoring in this game. Final 10 seconds in the middle. Comfort onto Phillips. She'll wait it out. Although with just under a second left, they freeze the puck, so it'll be a quick draw and then a whistle. There's the horn, rather. And that'll do through 40 minutes. An exciting back and forth. But it was Gabby Hughes on the power play to make this just a one-goal game. Brianne Jenner getting set for this face-off with 2 points in this game already. That brings her to a league-tying lead of 8 points. She has 5 assists on the season. Rory Gilday also picking her up her 5th helper. 5th overall draft pick, shining for Ottawa. A turnover in the offensive zone as Malte shovels it around. She has an assist in this game. Toronto with 7 players already on the score sheet. 4 for the charge on their 2 goals. Leslie takes it through the middle now. Jenner back to Leslie. Blocked by Flanagan. It's up. And it's out. Mentioned the time on ice, of course, creeping higher and higher for those Toronto defenders. There's just 5 of them in the mix, with Monroe out due to an injury. That happened in the first period. Wasnevich back. Markowski, and it's a good read by Kirk. The Charge win the draw. And to Clark. Kept out of the slot this time. And collects it off the far wall. Back down now, Gilday. A good stick. Keep Shelbin off it. Along the blue line, Hemp. On to Mrazova. Markowski. Across now to Gilday. From the circle. It's a piece of Kirk. Kept out. Charge will pounce if they can. Mrazova. Gilday. Turned aside by Kirk. Harmon. Off the glass. Now Comfort. Trying to corral the puck for the Scepters, but still in their own zone. Clark held up along the boards.
And a great job for Ottawa there, providing sustained pressure in zone. That was some of the best cycling we've seen from them so far this game.
Turnbull turns and fires. Easy save for Phillips there. She seals the post. Isbell. Looking up has Hobson. Hobson to Shohina. Condis cuts her path short. Emma Gentry takes control. Up for Connors. She has it, open scoring. Looking for her options. Oh, and it's just a tough one for Shelton to handle.
And a smart play for Maggie Connors. You could see that she didn't necessarily have a pathway to put it towards the net, so she held up and tried to give it to her defender coming in.
Vasco holding off Spooner, but here comes Watts, dangerous. Support from Malte as the Scepters set up. Rock comes in, closes that. Spooner gets held up by Vasco as well. Fans, of course, wanting a call on it, none to be had. Wallin on the near side. LaRock fires. Kick save. Rebound handled by Flanagan to Spooner. Can't fire off the pass. Watts nearly pulls. Taylor House will settle it down for the Charge. Try to gain some speed on entry. Jenner already with a 2-point performance. Her best start in her PWHL career. At the end of last season, wasn't happy with her overall season despite the team becoming the first Canadian team to make it to the PWHL Walter Cup Finals.
A lot more composure this period for Ottawa so far. You can see them keeping possession of the puck.
Osnevich to Gilday. Kirk makes the stop. Back around, Gilday gets another chance. Pass to Osnevich and they trade. Looking for space in the circle, can't find it. Shelton. Rebecca Leslie. Charge, stay in the zone. Their most extended time here. Oh my, Mrazova in the slot.
Toronto having a little bit of a tough time there, breaking out of their zone.
Hobson puts on the speed, fires and scores! Bar down, Brooke Hobson. Her first goal for Ottawa and a big one to tie this game 3-3.
Now, Carla McLeod knows that Brooke Hobson is one of those defenders that can be one that transports the puck, and that's exactly what she does here. She has all the confidence and steps inside and just lets that one go. She's got to be loving this play from herself, but she's often able to make those clean exit passes and is confident transporting the puck, and look at that confidence with that shot.
First time the Charge ever raced a 3-goal deficit. Now they're looking for a chance to take the lead in this Battle of Ontario. Gotta feel good for the former Siren. All smiles.
That's a defender that Ottawa can look to contribute more. I think she can definitely add to the lineup if given the ice time, and if she's going to shoot like that, why not put her out there?
Unassisted goal. brought us to an even score in a game that started out 3-0 for Toronto. Now 3 unanswered. I expected these teams to play very close tonight, Soraya, but you just never know in the game of hockey how things go, and with Ottawa having some scoring struggles this season, this has been a tremendous effort here for the Charge as they look to put together their first win streak of the campaign. And Gentry flies through, coming to collect and respond. Condis through traffic. It's the puck in zone for Toronto. Dalton calling for help. Connors pushes along the wall. Shelton on the far side. It's up into the netting. So we've had 2 defenders score in this game, Hobson, Shelton. And that's what you need, right, when you want to amp up and ramp up your scoring. Looking for the go-ahead. And this would be an absolutely character win for the Charge if they can come back from being down 3. Even this Battle of Ontario series. And by the way, these 2 teams do not see each other again until April. That is correct. We have 2 December Battle of Ontarios and then not again until April. And if this is how it goes, Clark back out to Isbell, fires blocked. Natalie Spooner coming in big. Now Malte looking back. Who does she have? In comes Harmon. The hard shot. Spooner net front. Kept out Phillips.
And that's great composure for Emma Malte. She knows she doesn't have anybody coming with her and is just able to wait it out, get that puck to the net, and Spooner's with that net drop.
A determined Charge team as Clark throws it forward. Harmon back in the neutral zone. Turnbull. The hard rim. Phillips plays the puck. Savalainen surveys her options, but Kiara Zanin gets in on the blue line. No call on that hit as she was playing the puck. Savalainen.
And that's just a vet playing a rookie.
Exactly, understanding that body position. Neutral zone turnover, or takeaway rather there, but House forced to turn around. Pauline getting some time in this big game here as it's all tied up in the 3rd period. Woods and Flanagan stuck in the near corner. Pauline pressed up, holding her own. It's her 2nd PWHL game. Van Wieren to the near corner. Jalmerson with speed to the top of the circle, across this time. Harmon, now Woods, and Phillips ends that.
Some more feisty play here. We see Vasco drawn at Emma Woods here. Lots of feisty play, especially here in the 3rd period. Now, we saw Hobson playing for New York last season and acquired by Ottawa here, and she's a quiet defender that does the simple things right, but she's great at transporting the puck, and that's exactly what she just did on her goal. I think that's a great play for a defender to carry that puck up the ice, able to push to the middle and just rip it.
Prince Albert, Saskatchewan native, and Hobson becomes the 72nd goal scorer this season in the PWHL. As prior to this game, there were 69 different scorers. And you have 3 players combined between these 2 teams that have scored their first of this campaign. Who will score next? All 6 goals have been scored by different players so far. Leslie working in with Wozniewicz. Spooner. Hobson, by the way, scored her first career goal with the Sirens against Toronto, and then gets her first as a member of the Ottawa Charge against Toronto. Hemp takes it around. Ottawa playing with their speed now. Clark, sharp angle shot goes behind the netting. Clark coming into this game leading the lead, or in a tie rather, for shots. 27. Hobson pulls up in the high slot, looking for a lane. Isbell to Hobson once more. They've got to turn well back into their own zone. But the Scepters capitalize here. Change is not fast enough, so Clark on the move. Brings it in, it's in the netting that time.
Ottawa pouring on the pressure right now.
Coming in, of course, with not a fast out. She makes up plenty of their minutes, too. Savalainen shoots, and Kirk able to close the 5-hole there.
Danielle, I had the pleasure of being a part of fantasy camp last year, and it was so much fun to see all the women who would have loved to play professionally get out there.
It looked amazing, Soraya. It's going to be another great event this year. But yes, don't wait on it. If you're even thinking about possibly going, just go. Reserve that spot. Great stick work. Hjalmarsson tries to get on at 9.5 to go here in the third period. And regulation wins in the PWHL are worth 3 points. And that would move both these teams up the standings if they're able to collect all three. For the Charge, it'd be a chance to jump up from the bottom of the table where they've been for a while. Finish this in 60 minutes. Gilday! That shot already has a reputation in this league. 9 minutes to go. A wall battle in the Toronto zone. Good stick by Comfort.
And a great step up by Gilday there, making sure it doesn't go back farther into the neutral zone. It's in Toronto's zone now.
Toronto has earned points in their last 2 games. In Halifax, it was a shootout loss, so they picked up 1, and then able to get the regulation win in New York on Sunday. Wisniewicz manages to still get the puck back after a circle of Scepters players. Armin to Spooner, and now Malte looking to get out quick passes, but Clark grabs hold, center ice. Now Isbell with the feet and a chance there. Mrazova, Gentry. But Gentry only having taken 1 face-off before this game. Condis and Gentry closing up, but Toronto just needing to work out of their own end here if they want to regain the lead. Condis off the near wall. Savalainen holds the line. Clark goes down, and Larocque keeps it in the zone. Now Hemp able to play the body. Here we go, Savalainen shot blocked. The pressure keeps coming from the Charge.
Clark doing the dirty work on that shift.
Now Mrazova, patient, shoots! Deflected, now Hemp. Ottawa coming in waves this time. Plenty of time to make a change as a board battle keeps them locked in the far corner. Now down to just 7 minutes. In the final regulation frame, Markowski sends it down, hoping to set up Hemp. Toronto looking to breathe a sigh of relief here and get out of their own zone, but they can't again. Markowski shoots. It's up high this time off the glass. Dalton turned around. Charge really playing it their way. It's what they wanted to do. Despite giving up 3 goals first.
Toronto's thankful to be out of their zone there. Ottawa was able to get a full change, which just allows them to pour on even more pressure on a tired Toronto line.
Yeah, and then they dump it and get more fresh legs out on the ice. Toronto need to get moving. Woods just sends it into the far corner as far as it can go. The hard rim by Gilday. This is how they're going to play here in the third period as Hjalmarsson tries to bat at it. And of course, we're going to get into the rough stuff. Getting too close to Phillips.
Even Phillips appears to be getting in there. She's not going to like that poke. That one was definitely after the whistle. I wouldn't have liked that one either. she's got to be on her butt after that one.
Saw Phillips getting into it too against Minnesota on Sunday.
And Ottawa pouring on the pressure and just a weird bounce. We've seen that a few times this game, 3 times or so, and that one bounces right back out and allows Toronto to get shot on Phillips.
The Scepters, though, trying to get some control here in the offensive zone. They haven't spent much time in the third period. Van Wieren over to Shelton. From the point, now Woods as Isbell gets tangled up. There's space for Jenner to bring it out, or send it up rather, for Leslie. Patient. And Turnbull gets a touch, and now comes Turnbull. Working in with Comfort. Comfort. Can't get around Savalainen, who just pushes her down. Anja Savalainen putting on a physical clinic here in Toronto.
That's exactly what you have to do as a defender in this league. You have to play physical. If that puck is there, you play the body.
One of the taller players in the league at 5'10" now, Savalainen. Out to McMahon. In come the blue sweaters. Hughes puts it down. We're under 5 minutes to go here. These teams both want to close it out in 60. Here we go, Malte, Spooner, Natalie Spooner shoots, gets the rebound, shoots again, stopped again by Phillips.
What a calm, composed save by Phillips. She is definitely keeping Ottawa in the game here.
Spooner once, twice, not enough. Still tied at 3. With just over 4.5 to go, may face a few more, but the Charge have taken charge this third period. Now winning 9 of 12 face-offs, and they bring the puck back into the offensive zone. Mrazova, Patient, as Clark through traffic. Oh my! Hemp had a wide open net. It's a tough shot to corral and pot it in.
And that's really all Toronto has got, is that flick out of the zone. Ottawa's providing great pressure down the wing. We see Jocelyn Larocque come down and support her forward, come low, and want to create that offense.
Need to get creative here for the Scepters. 3:45 to go. Charge. Crowd in Toronto. More than 8,100. Rallying their team here. Wasnevich to Leslie. Dalton out to Jalmerson. Patience as Dalton gets a stick on it. Van Wieren.
That's a great gap for Gilday. She steps right up into it, make sure that they don't get a shot off, keeps them to the outside.
Jalmerson able to get it to Harmon, but once more the Scepters find themselves disjointed and can't set up in zone. Yara Zanin with a good play there to send it down. And in on the chase is Jesse Comfort. Shelbin with an assist in this game. Hobson with a goal. The equalizer.
That's a great board battle for Vasco. She often does a lot of work that goes unnoticed, that doesn't end up on the scoreboard, but provides that great defensive presence and gets the puck out.
Mrazova loses the puck. It's taken away instead. Zanin with a touch. The bounce benefits Ottawa. Zanin gets it again. Able to push it up for a Turnbull. She's got to stay patient. Fans on the pass. Time is of the essence here. Key draw here, and Toronto wins it. Watts fires. It's just wide. It's one of just 3 or 4 face-offs Toronto has won in this frame. Clark. Now Malte shovels it down for Watts. She fans on the shot. Now Savalainen getting it out with Hemp. Ottawa's been stronger on the exits. Putting up the speed is Flanagan gets there first. Back out now. Gilday pulls up, shoots. Gilday with all kinds of space. Flanagan to Spooner. Under a minute 30 to go. Can they close it out in 60? Spooner turned around and up comes Jenner this time. Jenner with 2 assists already. Looking for a goal, steered aside by Kirk. Dalton flips it up. Markowski and Gilday as we approach the final minute in the third period. Shelbin just out of reach. Icing the call. Mentioned it off the top. These two teams coming in both of the exact same record against the other 5, 1-1 and 5. So whoever wins this game will have the edge on the Battle of Ontario until they meet again in April. Comfer sent into the far wall. Now Manna McMahon. Her pass into the slot finds Dalton. 40 seconds to go. The Scepters on the move. Shelton, who's already scored, fires Isbell in the way. She sends it back for McMahon. Great play by Turnbull, but the Charge still in possession. Gabby Hughes goes down, draws a penalty. Not the time for this. Buckle up, 23.5 seconds, and Ottawa is on the power play. Brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel Paper Towel. The last time they had the advantage, they scored. It was Gabby Hughes. Can they close it out now in regulation? 10 seconds to go. They got an extra player. Mrazova to Jenner. Final seconds. Gilday. Jenner shoots. And we are headed to overtime. In what has been an incredibly even game. And this is Toronto's just second overtime game of the season. Their first one went all the way to a shootout against Montreal in Halifax. Jenner and Turnbull, the captains, meeting at center ice. Clark still looking for her first of the season. Now is the time to get it. But Turnbull, in comes Jenner. Watch out, it is 4-on-3, and Turnbull can get around you quick. Takes it.
And that's great body positioning for Rory Gilday, making sure that Blair Turnbull can't turn on the Jets as she likes to.
And this is just a 5-minute period. Toronto can kill this one. Some of it will be 4-on-4. Jenner, patient, looking for a way past Burke. There's the save. The crowd into it here inside Coca-Cola Coliseum. The second last home game of 2025. Still one more. Wozniewicz coming through. In with speech, he was the OT hero. After doing it back-to-back, Savalainen to Leslie Hughes. Those two have scored already in this game. Savalainen, what a rocket! Back around. 30 seconds remaining here on this power play that's extended into overtime for the Charge. Savalainen, Hughes! Blocked. Turnbull, a clogged slot. Leslie pulls away. Looks for room. There's the shot and scores! Ottawa's own Rebecca Leslie delivers in overtime. A 4-3 win over the Scepters. And Ottawa can head home for the holidays with a win streak.